Hi, Peter here with Metamorph Fitness. We're going to go ahead and go over some weight loss nutrition techniques. These are pretty basic techniques that anybody can use. You can get awesome results. I've got about 1.5 to 2 pounds per week weight loss myself. My clients have gotten killer results. If you follow it to a T, you're going to get the same. The main thing that we're going to do is we're going to eat certain foods to reach those goals that we're looking for, and that is to burn fat and build muscle tone. So the first thing we're going to go ahead and focus on is carbohydrate control. And this is going to switch our body into fat burning mode. Carbohydrates basically tell us whether we are going to be making fat or burning it. So in everyday life, there's a lot of sugar and high glycemic index foods out there, like white bread, white rice, certain fruit. Orange juice is a real big one, really high glycemic index. So we're going to try to eliminate or cut a lot of these foods out of our diet. So pasta, rice, potatoes, corn, bread, these should all be cut in half. You want to try to shoot for a maximum of 100 grams of carbohydrates per day over 6 small meals. Now what that does is that gives our body a little bit of energy as we need it, so we're burning it as it comes in instead of storing it. Protein is the next thing I'm going to touch on. We got to make sure that we're getting adequate protein intake. And what that's going to do is that's going to preserve and feed the muscle. The more muscle we have, the more calories we burn. You want to consume whole food sources of protein. So that's going to be fish, lean red meat, dairy products, assuming we're not talking about whole milk or things that are really high in fat, poultry, eggs, and soy products. You want to try to get protein with every meal. After a workout is super critical, and prior to sleep to make sure that we're preserving that muscle during sleep. Saturated fats definitely need to be cut. I want you to get used to reading the labels and reduce those foods. You really want to get rid of fried food, fast food, processed foods. The other thing is fat plus carbohydrates in a meal is going to equate weight gain. What happens is your body always favors carbs, so you're going to go ahead and burn those carbs, store the fat. This next chart here is basically an insulin curve and how certain meals affect your blood sugar level and your body's reaction to that. The red line is a high glycemic index meal. So that'd be a big bowl of pasta, a big bowl of rice, a couple glasses of orange juice, something like that. The blue line is a low glycemic index meal. So that'd be something like steak and vegetables, something that's not going to really spike your blood sugar. We're going to show you what that is going to do. So you can see the red line after this high glycemic index meal, your blood sugar rises rapidly. This releases insulin and puts your body into storage mode. Insulin is your body's main storage hormone, and we really want to try to stay away from that. So what happens is after the insulin comes in, this creates a craving for more carbohydrates and sets you up to start it all over again. Basically, you eat a couple chips or a handful of chips, bowl of popcorn, whatever. You get hungry again in about an hour and you want the same thing, and you're going to be storing more and more and more. So the blue line, you can see that protein and a low-carb meal, whole wheat pasta, oatmeal, things like that, with protein, really reduces that blood sugar spike. And what that's going to do is that's going to give your body just enough energy that it needs to get through what it's doing in everyday life and nothing else. So the insulin response is not as extreme, and the cravings for carbs is less intense. So it kind of gets you out of that trap of always craving more carbohydrates, sweets, things like that. Makes it a little bit easier to manage. Now, something like this takes about 1 to 2 weeks to really get this down, but if you fight for it, you're going to get great results. So the bottom line, we're going to go ahead and wrap it all up. You want to cut out carbs as snacks. So chips, crackers, anything crunchy in a Mylar bag, you don't want them. Frequent small meals are going to support faster metabolism. Basically, you give your body only what it needs and nothing more, and it won't have anything to store. Your body uses fat when there are no carbs or blood sugar circulating. So basically, if you are eating protein, again, we'll go back to that same meal, the steak and veggies, your body is going to use the protein for the muscle, the vegetables for the nutrients, and it's going to use fat for your everyday energy needs. The other thing, this is a big one, cut out all carbs 4 hours prior to sleep. And what this is going to do is your body has to rely on its own energy sources throughout the night. You're going to burn up to 500 calories per night, 7 days a week. That's about 3,500 calories. That's about 1 pound of body fat only while you're sleeping. So that's a really important one. You want to drink plenty of water to keep your system more efficient at burning. It's going to keep you flushed and make sure that you're transporting fat to the muscles to be burnt as energy. The other thing, vitamin C creates an enzyme called L-carnitine, which makes your body more efficient at burning fat, shuttling it around, so that's another good one. Eat plenty of vegetables. If you don't, you can get a supplement, 500, 2,000 milligrams, should work perfect. You also need to, again, keep those protein levels high, and that's going to preserve your muscle tone, especially before you go to bed. Make sure you have some protein. If your body doesn't get the protein from diet, it steals it from the muscles, which is not good. Go ahead and check us out at the website, metamorphfitness.biz. We got a lot of stuff coming out. Some great workouts, killer nutritional advice. Become a subscriber if you want to. We'll see you soon.